In the village of Bethany near Jerusalem, a man named Lazarus, the brother of Mary and Martha, grew gravely ill. His sisters, deeply concerned, sent a message to their dear friend Jesus, who was far away, teaching with his disciples.
We must send for Jesus. Only he can save our brother.
Write this. Lord, the one you love is sick. He will come. I know he will.
With heavy hearts and unwavering hope, Mary and Martha entrusted their message to a faithful messenger. As he set off on the dusty road to find Jesus, they prayed, believing that help would come in time. The messenger found Jesus, who loved Lazarus and his sisters deeply.
Master, your dear friend Lazarus is very ill.
This sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory, so that God's Son may be glorified through it.
The disciples whispered among themselves, full of doubt and confusion, as they struggled to understand the words of Jesus.
Rabbi, should we not go to Lazarus? He is your friend.
Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I am going there to wake him.
Lord, if he sleeps, he will recover.
Lazarus is dead, and for your sake I am glad I was not there so that you may believe.
Jesus rose with calm resolve, and the disciples prepared to follow as the golden light marked the path ahead to Bethany. As Jesus approached Bethany, the quiet village bore the weight of grief, their hearts heavy with loss but stirred by hope at his arrival.
Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But I know that even now God will give you whatever you ask.
Martha, believe me, your brother will rise again.
I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day.
I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live, even though they die.
Jesus, accompanied by Mary, Martha, and his disciples, approached the tomb of Lazarus. The air was heavy with grief as the mourners stood silently, watching with anticipation. Then in front of Lazarus' tomb, Jesus said,
"Take away the stone."
But Lord, by now there is a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days.
Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?
Once again, Jesus commanded the stone to be rolled away. At his word, the disciples stepped forward, their hands pressing firmly against the heavy rock. With the tomb now open, Jesus lifted his eyes to heaven and began to pray, his voice calm and filled with reverence.
Father, I thank you that you have heard me. I knew that you always hear me. But I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me.
After his prayer, with unwavering faith, Jesus called out with authority, commanding Lazarus to come forth from the tomb.
Lazarus, come out!
The crowd stood frozen in anticipation, their faces a mixture of doubt, hope, and awe. And then it happened. Lazarus emerged from the tomb, wrapped in burial linens, his steps slow but steady.
This was done so that you may believe in the one who sent me. Go forth and trust in God's power.
With hearts full of faith and wonder, the crowd watched as Jesus and his disciples departed, leaving behind a transformed family and a miracle that would echo through generations. Through faith in the power of God, what was lost was restored. The miracle of Lazarus reminds us to trust in him, for with God, nothing is impossible.